it is life. Please start.
Thank you so much for inviting me again, Shavana ji. And today our topic is related to aging, which of course we all will have to face one day or the other. And it is a continuous process, right? Right from our childhood, we are born, we are aging, right? So this is something which is very natural and it will come and it will take its own pace and but what happens is what I have seen, my parents, my grandparents, or nearby neighborhood. So whenever a person ages, so starts feeling little lonely. Why? Because because the children they are settled outside, or maybe they are there in the house in a joint family. Then also they don't have time to talk, or maybe they are busy in their own livelihood, and that makes a person who is now aging um, feel little lonely, and this happens now when they starts feeling lonely. Naturally there are a lot of emotional imbalances which happens, and sometimes this causes depression in many of the adults, many of the aged or elderly people. By because they feel that now they are not very competent, and now since they are aging, and because and others are active, so we don't have time, they don't have time to talk to us, so we have become a sort of useless people in the family. So we don't, what is the point, like in staying alive, and all thoughts of negative thoughts, it comes and it happens with most of the elders. Now the best thing is to avoid, now see, we all will age one day. So I always tell people that it's always to develop a habit, a hobby, right from your childhood, maybe in your different due to your different workload, or as you are not very free during your when you are somewhere in your 20s 30s, because there are other responsibilities and you are not able to give much time to your hobby. But a passion or a hobby should always be there. Now if you always develop a hobby in a from childhood, so once you will age, you will not feel lonely. That is very very important. Every person, whether it is reading book, whether it is painting, whether it is singing or dance or gardening, any hobby you can pick up, and all the hobbies that you have are all creative things. So that will enhance and keep your mental health healthy, which is very, very important at every age, at every step. You should have your mental health healthy. Now, what does art therapy does when you are aging? Art therapy, it also encourages the seniors, to tap into their internal inner creativity, and also it explores their thoughts, their emotions, and in a very safe and supportive environment. Now this helps. Art therapy is where you are expressing your thoughts in a non-verbal way. That means you are doing visual things, and you are working on such things where the creativity is getting enhanced. Now, when you are engaging yourself in artistic activities, that can help you in lot of ways, like your like it can help in your emotional healing, of course, because it helps in curbing your depression, your anxiety, your stress. If you are becoming very anxious, so if you are into some sort of creative, uh, methods, so art therapy helps in making you calm, making you more thinkable, and making you more stress free. Why? Because you are in a safe environment, right? So, in such cases, we have this art therapy. Actually, it helps people in developing sort of social behavior also. It helps by, because when you join any art therapy course or anything, where but it has to be a continuous process. It's not that just one time you do one art and you think that it should heal you. That doesn't happen. Nothing will come overnight. It is a continuous process where this therapy can help you if you start developing this creative habits. So if you keep doing them, then of course it will help you in healing. Now, many seniors I have seen, they find solace, they find lot of relaxation, and they reduce their stress levels when they are into this therapy, because it improves their emotional well-being. So therapy, this art therapy, it offers, it provides you with a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. It boosts your self-esteem also, and it increases your confidence level. Why? Because you are completing a work, you are becoming accomplished. If you start a work and you learn a new technique, and it helps you in enhancing your memory also, it sharpens your memory. Now, why will it sharpen your memory? Because you are doing a painting with a thought process, and maybe with some guidance you are doing, and somewhere in the nature you are observing something, and then you are doing it. So it is, or maybe you are remembering something, some instance, and that you are putting it on the canvas. So this is going to enhance your memory, it sharpens your memory. Now all these things will definitely, it is going to help you in maintaining your balance, emotional balance, and it has some sort of control. It creating art, it controls you and controls your emotions. And when you into an art therapy, you develop a community. Now, when you develop a community, so your conversation increases, you start conversing more, you start observing more. Now, this helps in keeping you calm, keeping yourself calm, because the process of creating art, it acts as a form of meditation, and it helps individuals to relax, focus on the present moment on which you are in. And this reduces your stress level, because you are diverted from whatever stress you are going through. So that is the power of art, where it helps you in calming you, and in all sorts of way it calms you. It helps you in controlling your emotions. So art, when you do it through drawing or coloring or sketching. Whether you have a pencil, you don't have to be an artist for that. You regular work, your emotions, whatever is coming to your mind, you just put it on the canvas or on a paper. That will help you enhancing your reducing your stress. Now, art also helps you in promoting, it's a self-care by providing you a a healthy and an enjoyable moment or enjoyable environment where you feel yourself secured. And many elderly people, they think that they might be judged, but believe me, this therapy, this art therapy is such a safe area where you will feel that, where the people will feel that if they are whatever stress, so nobody is going to judge you. Whatever are your emotions, you are just drawing your emotions through whatever is in a non-verbal way. Every time it is not possible, every time you don't feel like also expressing yourself and talking and communicating. Sometimes you feel that it's always better that I remain calm, and I should talk to myself. Right. So when you are into painting or you are doing gardening or anything that you are doing, that is also art. Gardening is also an art because you are creating something new. You are grafting, you are doing a lot of innovations. So you are enhancing your creativity. Art therapy doesn't mean that it is only related to painting. Let me tell you this, because many people think art therapy means it's only art. Art therapy doesn't mean it's only art. Art is a part of it. Yes, you can take out your emotions through painting, through coloring, through your clay molding, through tearing pasting. There are lots and lots of activities, but the main thing is you develop a community and then you start doing it. So that is what a therapy does. Now, when we talk about the social interaction, because art therapy, it since your interaction will increase a bit, so it will give you that calmness, or maybe it will give you enhance that moment, and you will feel accomplished, right? So if you are creating something new, you will feel that, yes, I have completed that. So that is also going to help you. Now, when you communicate, so it improves your communication skills also. So when you are doing a therapy, um, so you will be able to work upon your own self. And when you are working upon your own self, you will feel that you are not lonely. And that is what that's the need of the hour. That yes, we should develop a hobby. We should develop something where we can talk about ourselves, where we can talk to, creating something new, and where you can reduce your loneliness, your stress levels, and you are engaging yourselves and you are creating your masterpieces. So this transformations, you can get yourself, and you will never feel that you are lonely and you are all alone, or maybe nobody is giving you that importance. So, and it's a very good time pass, of course. So this is something which is art has such huge power, and I think this is something which I just wanted to share, and that is what I told Shabana ji, that yes, I want to take a session on, I want to talk on why people are those who are growing elderly, those who are aging. So, how gracefully you can age yourself without getting depressed, without getting your emotional, you can have your emotional control. And this also helps in lot of traumatic cases or chronic illness. It helps in making yourself calm, and it helps in controlling your emotions. And when you are creating something new, of course you are accomplishing. So, thank you so much, Shabana ji, for inviting me here and so that I could give a talk, because this is something, a very, very important topic of mental health, how you can keep your mental health healthy, which is very important nowadays. And aging is something which everyone has to face. So the right thing is always that, as I said in the beginning, that you should be taking care of or developing a habit right from the beginning. Whenever you think that it's the right time, and whatever is your potential or whatever is your interest, so you need to develop that habit and keep practicing, so that when you are aging, you need to age gracefully. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, we have a question. So,
Yeah,
for example, like many people who are aging, they are not sure which habit to develop, right? So, because they never paid that much attention earlier, now they are also having, lack of interest. So, how to
hmm,
build that interest, and what could be the few simple steps which could,
right.
bring them or put them in a path? Okay, this is what I can do.
Right. So, first thing is, as I said, Shabana ji, we need to see ourselves. What is my potential or where my interest is? Because when, even if you think when you were a child, and when parents used to tell you to study, 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 all right. So, what is the most important or the best thing that you would think कि अगर पढ़ना नहीं पड़ता तो मैं वो करती. So, what is that thing, that passion, or that interest? Whether it was reading storybooks, whether it was gardening, whether it is making something, creating something new, some sort of, with sculpture or with painting, with best out of waste, or some craft work. What is your passion? So that you need to identify, and every person has some interest or the other, believe me.
Yeah,
And if
but
I ask
oh,
you, what is your passion, Shabana ji? What you think
yeah.
that you can do better whatever you are doing now, but that thing you can do any creative, because everybody has a creative mind, everyone.
Yeah, 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 I totally
So
agree. Yeah, but sometimes like you have just like when you have left doing that thing, then it's like again, it seems like okay, we have to think a lot, we have to do a lot. So I think in that case, if you have a community also, it helps, right? Maybe.
it actually helps, but the first step, okay,
Hmm.
the first step, we have to take it ourselves, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I have to take my first step.
Hmm.
Is what is to take a decision. That's the first step. That
Yes.
yes, I will love myself. I will age gracefully. So I will develop my this skill, which was due to some reason I could not carry on with my that passion. So now this is the right time. Now I will take and I'll search what I can do the best. And if I get someone who can help me in providing me some sort of knowledge and take me forward, so that is where, that is your decision. So first step, Shabanaji, it's your decision. You
Yeah.
have to decide. You have to take a decision, right?
Yes.
So that's the first step. Second step, the moment you take the decision, universe will be there with you,
Mm.
and you will see that how people are getting connected with you. And this happens if anything is there in your mind and you want to get it accomplished, so you create that aura and people get start connecting, and
Mm.
you'll see that you'll get someone who will take you forward.
Yeah.
So that is, but the first step is you.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
And
is the step.
what are the few means? You have already suggested a few, but if you can also say what are the few key art therapies that people can, pick? Like few you have mentioned, but
Yes.
you can give
See,
4, 5
when
options.
we, yeah, through art therapy helps in keeping your stress level and everything very low,
No.
because you are talking, you are communicating yourself through colors or through your drawing or sketching, right? So when you do art therapy, it can be sculpture, it can be craft, it can be a mask making activity. It is all creative activity that we do here, you
Yeah.
know. So it is not that we are doing formally giving some training,
Mm-hmm.
or if you are a good artist, of course, regular practicing of art will also give you lot of it will help you reduce your stress level.
Yeah.
So just, but yes, again, I'll tell you, it will not give you any help if you do one day and then leave it, and then you think nothing is happening. Okay, again, the stress level will increase. It's a continuous process. It has to be a part of your life, the way you have breakfast, lunch, dinner. So, same way, one corner of your house, create a corner where you feel that you are safe here. It's your environment, it's your area where nobody can intervene on this area, and you start creating.
Yeah.
So that's the safe environment that will give you, and that's your me time.
Mm.
Now when these things will start developing, you are creating something, and that is the therapy. And
Mm.
when we converse, when professionally we talk to a person, and then we understand at what level or what is the stress which is going through the person, then we start with the art that we want to do with this person, so that he can take out the emotions.
Yeah.
Once your heart is clean, or once your pressure, the pressure or the stress that is causing a lot of hamper to your mental health, once that is relaxed, okay, then you will start feeling better. And that is what the therapy does.
Also, I was reading it also helps in improving the memory.
Yes, I told you why, because you are thinking, because art therapy, it will improve your memory, because you remember, suppose how a sunset or the colors are looking, or maybe you had seen some, so you are putting pressure on your memory,
Hmm.
right? If you're thinking, and this will also help in problem solving,
Hmm.
which brush to take, which colors to take, then you will start remembering the colors.
Hmm.
Why? Because you are repeating the things.
Yes.
All right. So through aging, we start forgetting many
Yeah.
things.
Hmm.
And this art is going to help you keeping your memory sharp, because you are drawing, you are thinking something, and then you are doing it,
Hmm.
So if I'm teaching something, okay, so
Hmm.
you are seeing it, visualizing it, and memorizing it. And
Hmm.
then you are putting it on your paper.
Hmm.
Understood? So it is a continuous process which is happening, and you will start remembering the things.
Hmm.
Now, if I tell you, suppose we make a color wheel.
Hmm.
Okay, so maybe in my first class, I tell you which all colors, these are the primary colors. We have three main primary colors, like we have red, blue, and yellow are the three basic colors that we have, and rest all the colors, except for black and white, which are for tones. The rest, all the colors you are we come across, how can we, by mixing two primary colors. All
Yeah.
right, if we mix red and yellow, we will get an orange color. All right, if
Hmm.
we mix same way blue and yellow, we get a green color. So maybe in the first class, I tell you, all right, you are in a therapy, you are taking therapy classes. Then one day when we are doing some sort of sunset scene and you fall short of colors, maybe your orange is finished. But you remember that how we created orange color. So
Yeah.
if you have red and yellow with you, you can create your orange color. So this
Mm.
sharpens your memory. It's a very small example that I'm giving you, but these
Mm.
small, small things will add on. And this is going to sharpen your memory. You will start remembering things.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
think that is very important
It's very
aspect.
important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is what the therapy does.
Yeah. Mm. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for, covering these important topics, because these are really, we don't pay that much attention, but it really has a very significant role to play in our life. Uh,
Absolutely. It and developing this hobby, any hobby of yours, it is very important.
mhm.
And art therapy heals. Art therapy um, uh, makes you, communicate visually, and
Mm.
also it helps. And one very important thing, which I'm mentioning now, it also helps because these eye hand coordination, when
Mm.
you do art through or any creative activity, your eye hand coordination improves because
Mm.
your eyes and this hand coordination, this helps you keeping you in balance.
Yeah.
These fine motor skills, these see what exactly art does. We start from our Montessori, right?
Mm.
When our children are very small, they always start with coloring. They don't start with A.
Yeah.
They start with crayons. Same thing happens when you start growing old. So you
Mm.
come back to that part only, your fine motor skills. Why do we do give clays to the children? So that their motor skills, they improve.
Yeah.
These actions with clay you can work upon, or with your eye hand coordination. So all these things help. So the way you are there at Montessori level, you
Mm.
come to that level.
Mm.
Your memory, your weaknesses, everything is there,
Mm.
which you need to fulfill through this therapy,
Yeah.
which helps.
Yeah. And we have Meena ji here. She is a poet, so she can
uh,
also share her experience of art therapy. I think writing poem is also an
It's an
quite
art. It's
interest.
anything creative is art. So this helps. So those who have developed any hobby, so they should keep it, and they will never feel bored. They will never feel that they are aging. They will never feel, and they will take this gracefully, because they will be so busy in their own work. They will not feel that loneliness.
Mm.
So that is very important, because once your depression seeps in, it's very difficult to take it out.
Yeah.
So don't let it come to you.
Yes.
Before that, take the measures.
Yes.
That is what it heals. That is what it does.
Yeah. Awesome. And art therapy is the way. And the person to reach out is Arpita ji.
Yeah, of course, I am always there to help anyone.
Yeah. Thank you
All
so much,
right.
Arpita
Thank
ji.
you. Thank you so
Does
much,
anyone
Meena ji,
has
for
question?
joining. Meena ji.
So I don't
All
think
right.
has a
Thank you.
question, but it was
Yeah.
really wonderful to listen to you so many different aspects of art therapy. And thank you once again, and see you
Thank